from out west. As we've been on the air, we're hearing for the first time from a rep for Diddy, Sean Combs. Remember, after the feds raided his houses in California and in Florida, we brought it to you as breaking news on this show 24 hours ago with those live aerials at the time. Well, now those reps for Combs say that this was, and I'm quoting here, a gross use of military-level force, and that Diddy is innocent. And for just the last couple of minutes, too, we're learning that the feds apparently found guns at the homes of Combs, according to 3 sources familiar with the matter. Diddy is now at the center of this federal investigation, with multiple people being interviewed by federal officials in New York related to allegations of sex trafficking, assault, and more against the rapper, according to what sources tell NBC. And that's as NBC is learning exclusively that the music producer accusing Diddy of sexual assault and harassment is also accusing actor Cuba Gooding Jr. This producer filed the original lawsuit last month, accusing Combs of forcing him to find sex workers and pressuring him into doing sexual things with them. Now, he's saying Gooding groped and fondled him while they were on Combs' yacht. No comment from Gooding's reps yet. Dana Griffin is joining us now, but tell us more about what Diddy's reps are saying about all of this here.
Yeah, Hallie, they just released a statement within the last hour. I'm going to read parts of it. They call this a gross overuse of military-level force. They go on to say that there is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. It also mentions they call this an unprecedented ambush, and also note that this is a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs, and it wraps up saying that Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Hallie?
What about this lawsuit from the music producer now accusing not just Combs, but Cuba Gooding Jr. as well? Important to note that Gooding has not been charged with any crime. Talk us through some of that.
Yeah, so this producer, Rodney Jones, amended his lawsuit to now say that Cuba Gooding Jr., according to the suit, groped him while he was on a yacht in 2023 with Diddy in the Virgin Islands. And I want to read part of that as well. In the suit, he claims that Mr. Jones believes Mr. Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friends. He also alleges that he rejected Mr. Gooding's advances and that Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. Now, this suit has not said a specific amount of damages, but this producer says that he worked on Diddy's latest album, which was released in 2023. It also was nominated for a Grammy. So we have reached out to both representatives for Diddy and Cuba Gooding Jr. on these latest allegations, and we have yet to hear back.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and
Reflecting on those moments, I often wonder how I found myself in such scenarios. Looking back at that day at the bubble party in New York City, I ponder, what would you say to your fans, Cuba? What message would you deliver to your accusers? It's hardly surprising to hear about Cuba's antics. His reputation as the wild boy of the scene is well known, a persona he embraced with nicknames like Butt-Naked Cuba Gooding Jr. Now facing yet another damaging lawsuit, it seems Cuba Gooding Jr.'s chances of reclaiming his former Hollywood stature are dwindling. His unruly behavior isn't news, but the resurgence of photos on social media showing him partying with Diddy has fans connecting the dots once again. Reflecting on those moments, I often wonder how I found...
Okay.
Reflecting on those moments,
From Boys in the Hood to his Oscar-winning role in Jerry Maguire,
show me the money.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s Hollywood career seemed unstoppable, but a number of scandals over the last few years derailed his once promising career. Now, he's ready to make a comeback.
What do you make of these new allegations, Cuba?
God's will be done.
Lawsuits, accusations from multiple women, and in 2022, he pled guilty to forcibly touching a waitress in a nightclub. You've experienced some very dark times these past few years. But Cuba, how's your faith? How has it helped you through those dark times?
It's one of those things where I know that I'm here for a reason, and I know that as long as I do what I do and I'm good at what I do and I'm passionate about what I do, God's will be done.
Still reeling from those dark days of scandal, his once squeaky clean image stained forever. People love you. You know, people do. You seem like you're on top of the world, you're jovial. How did you find yourself in a scenario where dozens of women were accusing you of sexual assault, pleading guilty to forcible touching, and settling lawsuits?
People feel that I'm accessible to them, so I come in contact with all kinds of people, from people who adore you, or people who are offended by you, people who feel you. Who adore you, or people who are offended by you, people who feel you're aggressive. And you have to learn that as you walk on this path, you must stay neutral. When people interpret what's going on with you or what you're being exposed to, you have to make sure that you know your intention, and you have to be accountable for your own actions. And I have been,
Back in March, Cuba was embroiled in another scandal. He was named as a co-defendant, accused of sexual assault in one of the many lawsuits against Diddy. Cuba has vehemently denied the allegations. Well, how do you fully escape it, though? Like, your name, for example, was mentioned in the Diddy case.
Which was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Because you barely know
This is
him,
the
right?
most ridiculous thing ever. But again, welcome to being a celebrity. Welcome to my world.
Cuba's faith is what has seen him through, and may have others seeing him in a new light.
We'll walk straight out of here. Pretend to be the media.
Now, in the wake of the headlines, the Oscar winner is focusing on his latest film, in theaters tomorrow, The Firing Squad, a faith-based redemption story starring newcomer James Barrington and Kevin Sorbo.
It's the true story of these Americans who go to Indonesia and get caught up in drugs or whatever, and they get put in an Indonesian prison and sentenced to death. You literally see the journey that these young Americans go through, and I kind of walked them through their journey.
I found Christ in here, and he forgave me.
I found Christ too.
I mean, let's be frank, of people who watch this interview, you know, there are gonna be some people who say that's another celebrity who is using faith to make a comeback from experiencing a scandal.
You can't please everybody all the time, but the people that are there to celebrate your artistry, that's my job, and that's my only mission in life.
Gene Deal, once again, man, happy to have you on the platform, my guys. So with that being said, man, I mean, we're gonna get right into it. Little Roy, how you feel about this lawsuit he got against Diddy?
Well, I want to get into this real quick, man, before we really even get started into this. And it's because something I seen today. This girl, Tiffany Red, she said that she was filing a claim against Diddy, but it touched me crazy, man, because the hurt that I seen in her voice, in her she crying, man, and she worrying about what this dude could do to her and what he has done to her. Man, listen here, I want to let this young lady know, and I know this is not the place for it, brother, but please allow me to say this to her, man. You know what I'm saying? I started this battle long time ago. And the situation is that, bruh, we already won. This was some spiritual that Pac, the spirit of Pac, the spirit of Big, the spirit of Miss Jones, the spirit of Wolf, all the people that he has done wrong, you know, so Black, all the people that he has done wrong, bruh, is coming to light. We already won this spiritual. What we going through right now with these trials and everybody, you know, with this financial situation and everything like that, all that is superficial. That's the physical part of it. The spiritual part of it was won because Big, Pac, Wolf Mother, all the people that he did wrong, bruh, you understand? They already won the battle where we were supposed to win it at. So now we just going through the physical part of it, man. And I want that girl to know, man, that she ain't gotta fear no man. She ain't gotta fear him, nobody else, man. Whenever she needs, you understand? Whenever she needs somebody to travel, to go with her, to make sure she all right, you know, I'm a phone call away, man. I'm a phone call away. And you know, go ahead with your questioning, man. I just had to get that out, man, because that girl touched a lot of people, man, because all she wanted to do was write music, make music, and show her talent and her love to the people, man. And then she got to feel this way, be fearful and scared of her life and stuff like that. Ma, I ain't scared of no man. You understand? I ain't scared of no man. Nobody that got to put their pants on the same way I do. Not at all.
And for the people that don't know who Tiffany Red is, that's Cassie's best friend.
That's one of Cassie's friends. She was writing a lot of music, and she said that she was writing music for her friends to get raped to. Oh my God, man, come on, man. Start with your interview. I'm sorry about that, brother, man. That's just, it's crazy to me, man. Man, you know, leopard don't change his spots, and Diddy been doing this for a real long time, bro. He been doing this for a long time. And now another artist, this artist didn't wait 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He didn't wait 20 years. You understand? He waited a year or two after he stopped working with him and saw he didn't get what he was supposed to get. And he said, yo, listen here, man. I'm putting in my claims right now because I'm gonna show everybody what really happened, what really went down. It's crazy. When I was to go to commercial. That's never happened before, bro. Never.
And me looking at this lawsuit, he also alleges that Diddy forced him to watch a video of Stevie J having sex with a man.
Who, Little Stevie? Huh? Who, Stevie? What Johnson used to call him, Stevie? Yo, I read that, man. I don't know if you know this, but then maybe they have a tape that we didn't see because the
Lil Rod alleges Diddy was, quote, grooming him to pass him off to his friends. This fear became reality when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. when they were on Mr. Combs' yacht. There's actually photos of their interaction together too, which are laid out in those court documents. In the first pic, you see Diddy and Cuba talking with Diddy's arms on Cuba's. In the next pic, Cuba has his arm around Lil Rod and is smirking. Court docs go on to state, quote, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones's legs, his inner thighs near his groin, the small of his back near his buttocks, and his shoulders. He rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones. Lil Rod alleges Diddy was, quote,
From Boys in the Hood to his Oscar-winning role in Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s Hollywood career seemed unstoppable, but a number of scandals over the last few years derailed his once promising career. Now, he's ready to make a comeback.
What do you make of these new allegations, Cuba?
God's will be done.
Lawsuits, accusations from multiple women, and in 2022, he pled guilty to forcibly touching a waitress in a nightclub. You've experienced some very dark times these past few years. So, but Cuba, so how's your faith? How has it helped you through those dark times?
It's one of those things where I know that I'm here for a reason. And I know that as long as I do what I do and I'm good at what I do and I'm passionate about what I do, God's will be done.
Still reeling from those dark days of scandal, his once squeaky clean image stained forever. People love you. You know, people do. You seem like you're on top of the world. You're jovial. How did you find yourself in a scenario where
there's actually
dozens of
photos
women
of their
were
interaction
accusing
together
you
too,
of
which were laid out in
sexual
those court
assault, pleading
documents.
guilty
In the
to
first
forcible
pic, you see
touching
Diddy and Cuba
settling
talking, with Diddy's arms on
lawsuits?
Cuba's. In the next
People
pic, Cuba
feel that I'm accessible to them, so I come in contact with all kinds of people, from people who adore you, or people who are offended by you, people who feel you're aggressive. And you have to learn that as you walk on this path, you must stay neutral. When people interpret what's going on with you or what you're being exposed to, you have to make sure that you know your intention, and you have to be accountable for your own actions. And I have been.
Back in March, Cuba was embroiled in another scandal. He was named as a co-defendant, accused of sexual assault in one of the many lawsuits against Diddy. Cuba has vehemently denied the allegations. Well, how do you fully escape it, though? Like, your name, for example, was mentioned in the Diddy case.
Which was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Because you barely know
This is
him,
the
right?
most ridiculous thing ever. But again, welcome to being a celebrity. Welcome to my world.
Cuba's faith is what has seen him through, and
Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies.